heart was just like, calling back here. Ah! And and a lot of the signs that I asked the universe for. Reading the Bhagavad Gita has been so powerful. I've been on an excursion of exploring religious and spiritual text the last 8 months or so, and I've learned so much about the world, people's belief systems, how people think about certain things, how I think about certain things, how these systems have impacted me from afar because they've impacted the world. But reading the Bhagavad Gita really has made me settle in the fact that I am exactly where I need to be because God has put me there. The word God used to make me cringe so deeply, like so deeply. Remember the first real time that the word God was said to me in like a nice way was when my Nana would put us to sleep and she'd say, God bless. And I would just be like, good night, Nana. And I was like 4. Why was I so uncomfortable with the word God? There's so much to that. And I've listened to a beautiful Alan Watts lecture on why most Western cultures, most Western people have a very hard time with the word God, and we seek Eastern religions because of it. But ultimately, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita is what they call God. And because of Krishna, everything happens, good or bad. Our tiny little human brains label things as good or bad in this world because certain things bring up certain emotions. And these emotions make us feel negatively or positively. They make us emit a negative energy or a positive energy. And the negative energy is more difficult for us to move through. It's hard, it feels sticky, it feels heavy, it feels rough, it feels difficult for our mind and our body to move through those emotions. So we label things that happen that trigger those emotions as bad. But Krishna does not label. Krishna is all things, and so all things that happen are because of Krishna. And that point of view has lifted a veil, and I can't even describe how much peace that has brought me. The point that I'm really trying to make is, at one point, I think that the funny bowls in this Airbnb or the punny rise and grind coffee cups that are here would have made me feel some sort of negative way because they weren't pretty enough, they weren't good enough, and because they weren't good enough or they weren't prettier enough, I wasn't good enough and I wasn't pretty enough. My videos weren't good enough and my videos weren't pretty enough. But now I see Krishna in all, and I am inherently good enough and inherently pretty enough, beautiful enough, and these mugs serve their purpose. They are here to hold liquids, and a bowl is here to hold whatever you put inside of it. And that's beautiful.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
You were walking around the house last night, turning on the security lights, and not gonna lie, it was a little scary, but I could hear your panting, so I knew it was you. But still, when you hear things moving around at 11:30 at night, it's a little scary.
Oh, sweet thing. Sweet thing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
So what's provided me a lot of freedom in this internal state is the fact that I used to feel like God would judge me for my mistakes. Or if I did something wrong, I was doing something wrong. But with this idea that God is all, really frees me from the idea of regret or mistake, because that thing that I may label as wrong or label as not good was actually guided and provided by Krishna, because Krishna is all. And I feel like that has just created such a beautiful sense of freedom, and it makes me want to devote myself to this higher power out of true love and purity and sense that I am protected, and I want to honor the fact that I am so protected, and not out of a place of I have to, or I'm going to burn in hell. Not that I ever really truly believe that, but it just kind of releases that hold. The one funny thing about travel is trying to figure out how to feed yourself with not buying things that you have to carry with you. It makes you a lot more creative in the grocery store. So I need to head there, pick up some stuff so that way I can eat over the next couple days. And this is the outfit of the day. It's very brown, but kind of vibing the brown. So just being an earthy girl. Today we're just really resonating with sand and dirt. Also, a little tip for girlies that love to look cute and a little scandalous at points, but don't really love the looks in public spaces. Just bring a big jacket or sweater, whatever, and just cover yourself. This is also why I love the flowy skirt, because I have the flowy skirt and then this that covers my entire being. So looks are a little less, which is nice. And it's not that they bother me, it's just I'm trying to live my life, and then you just have men's eyes on you, hey mommy, and it's I'm not dressed for you. Okay, do you understand? But they don't understand, so I just wear this in the grocery store. That was a bulk food store, so I was able to get so many things that I can use up over the next few days and not worry about carrying around with me in my backpack. I got some lentils. Honestly, I can't even remember everything that I got. Oh, bran. I got some cookies, some gluten-free flour, some cheese seeds, some quinoa, and then at the grocery store, I got some zucchini, bananas, some yummy looking fat pears, some gluten-free pasta, a cucumber, a pepper, a lemon, a can of cannellini beans, a cashew spread, which part of me feels I'm going to regret buying this because this stuff is never delicious, and I think I've tried this brand before and it's not very good. It's not bad. That's manageable. That's edible for sure. Blueberries, some cherry tomatoes, some green olives, and I managed to find a pesto with no dairy in it, so that's amazing. And a red onion. Oh, and some garlic. plastic. Ah! Let's see how these turned out. I don't know what the flour I bought is. I just know it's gluten-free flour. And I don't have any sweet sauce to put on top, so hopefully the blueberries. Oh yeah, they're sweet enough. The pancake in and of itself, not very sweet. You get a little hint of the banana, and it's not like bitter because I put some sugar in it, but the blueberries, oh, they just add such a nice natural sweetness. I'm also gonna have a little cup of juice from Magic Mind. It's like a natural little energy drink with matcha and adaptogens. It really helps with mental clarity. And it's a little like tart, like a little green juice. I don't really drink anything other than water, tea, and coffee typically, but this like fills that juice craving. But it's full of really great things for me, like ashwagandha powder and lion's mane mushrooms. So yeah, I enjoy them.
To give them a try, you can click my link down in the description box and use the code JuliaA20 for a discount on your purchase.
I've been kissed by blueberries. They dyed my lips blue. That's so cute, actually. So I just did a fun activity, which is go to the Home Affairs office here in Namibia and apply for an extension. I don't know what tea this is. Oh wait, yes I do. It's my... I don't need to explain what just happened inside of my own head, but it was funny. So, point of me saying this, it always makes me so incredibly uncomfortable to leave my passport anywhere other than with me. And I had to give them my passport. Oh, I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. But let's make lunch. One thing I travel with that may be a little bit crazy, cutting board and a knife, because these are just two essentials. I hate cutting on plastic or glass, and there's so many times I've been in places that just like don't have a knife that can cut anything. But there is no big bowl to make this salad in, so I'm gonna make it in a pot, which is basically a bowl with handles. Sit for about 10-15 minutes or so to really get the fluvers going. I feel like this would be even better tomorrow or even in a couple days. I find salads like this, they just get better with time because the flavors infuse. It might go a little bit soggy, but you know. I often forget that I should explain to you guys what's going on in my life and why I'm no longer in my cabin. If you watched a previous video of mine, you would kind of know what's going on, but I'm currently in Namibia, which is a country north of South Africa. It is a beautiful country. It's the second time I've been here. The first time I did a hike with some friends and it was really amazing, and ever since my heart was just like calling back here. And and a lot of the signs that I asked the universe for had to do with Namibia and coming back here. There was a little bit of nuance to this place that I don't really want to dive into right now, but I decided to come back, and I just checked into this Airbnb yesterday. I'm gonna be here today full day, tomorrow full day, and then check out the next day, and then check into a hostel. I just find it so much easier to work when I have a little bit more of like a private space to film. I don't really love pulling out my camera around a bunch of people, and it's not that it necessarily makes me uncomfortable. I'm just like having the same conversation with people over and over and over again, and it just gets a little bit repetitive, and I'd rather like just get to know somebody for getting to know them, not like, why do you have a camera? And I'll be like, I make YouTube videos. And like, oh, like, what's your YouTube? How many subscribers do you have? How do you make money? Like what kind of content do you make? Like, it's just the same questions over and over again. And sometimes, yeah, it's just a bit annoying. So I like to kind of hide away in an Airbnb and do some filming, but I like to spend most of my time in hostels when I am traveling, because I get to meet people and hang out with people, and it's also a lot more like cost efficient and affordable for me as well. So yeah, I applied for an extension to stay a little bit longer in the country, just because I am not 100% sure when I'm going to leave. I am going back to my cabin, so don't think that I just moved into the cabin to move out of the cabin. I'll be back, but I only got a month when I arrived. I think the guy at the border was just like not having like 50 people on a bus at 2 in the morning crossing the border, and he was just like, hey, whatever, like, I really don't care about your visa right now. And so I applied for an extension, even if it just means I get to stay for like an extra 5 days or 10 days. It allows me a little bit more space and time. Cross my fingers, and I'll keep you updated on the travel adventures. I try my best to film engaging content while I'm traveling. I do find it a little bit difficult at times because I love being in the moment. I find filming, remembering to film, takes me out of the moment. I just like don't even think about it, although I should, because it's my job and I love to capture moments, but I also just like love to store things in my memory bank and yeah, just be as present as possible. And anytime you're pulling out your phone or camera, it takes you out of the moment inevitably. But I do have a little bit of computer work to do, so I'm gonna catch up on that, and then I'll catch you guys at dinner time. We're making pesto pasta.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true. Holding on too long and unresolved questions hold you down. What could have been a friendly smile has turned into a frown. I'm moving on and on. On and on, I'm moving on and on. On and on. I'm driving in my car, the road is long and full of dust. The landscape changes around me, on and on, I feel immersed. Whatever happened to me happened for my highest good. I read that in so many books, now it's almost understood. I'm moving on and on, on and on. I'm moving on and on, on and on.
Wow, the lighting really does not do this meal justice, but this is what we got. Delicious gluten-free pasta, all of the goodies, and lots of lemon zest. Oof, I love lemon zest. When you don't have a lot of spices, lemon zest is your friend.
Find my number or my FBI file. Sweet is my location, sweet as well my destination. If you're looking to begin, then look.
I forgot to add the beans. Damn! Julia, I'm just gonna quickly warm up some leftover lentils.
The change that you've been looking for will come knocks on your door.